Philippa the Gracious Queen. Proverbs 11 states that a gracious woman retaineth honor. This sentence describes the character of Queen Philippa of Hainaut. She ruled England wisely and well. She also helped her husband in many ways. Philippa was born in the province of Hainaut. She became Queen of England when she married Edward III. Even in the last few years of her life, she remained respected and loved by the people of England. Philippa, who would soon become the compassionate Queen of England, was born in Hainaut, Belgium in 1313. She was the second daughter of William and Jean de Valois. Philippa was well educated, and all through her reign as queen she continually valued education. When she was 12 years old, Prince Edward III and his mother, Queen Isabella, traveled to the court of Hainaut. During their stay, Edward and Philippa immediately became friends. As soon as Edward and his mother left Hainaut, Philippa suddenly began to cry because her friend had left. A few years later, Edward III became King of England. A messenger was sent to Hainaut to look for a bride for the young king. Luckily, he chose the tall and sophisticated Philippa of Hainaut. Their marriage took place in 1328, when Philippa was 15 and Edward was 16. 2 years after their wedding, Philippa's coronation took place, and she was crowned Queen of England. King Edward III and Queen Philippa journeyed to Woodstock. While they were there, Philippa had her first child, Edward the Black Prince. Commemorating the birth of his son, Edward III held a tournament. During the tournament, the wooden seats gave way, and there was a loud crash. King Edward was furious like a raging lion. He vowed to have the carpenters killed, but the pleasant Queen Philippa begged to spare the carpenters' lives, so Edward forgave them. Philippa recalled that in her own homeland, weaving was a way to make money. She organized a colony of Flemish weavers. While Edward was away fighting, the regent Queen Philippa ruled England. She was brought news that Scotland was brutally invading England and that the Scottish were ready to fight. Rapidly, Philippa led the English to stop the Scottish, and the English victoriously won. Philippa and Edward traveled to Calais. Edward was irate with the people of Calais, who had resisted his rule. He mercilessly ordered that the citizens of Calais should die, but Queen Philippa pleaded for their lives, and the king could not refuse her. Edward was restrained. Philippa also successfully founded a college at Oxford. Choosing marriages for her 12 children was also left on her. Throughout her reign as queen, Philippa was mostly in debt, which was the only undesired thing about her. When the Black Death brutally broke out among England, Philippa survived it. A few of her children, however, died of it. In 1368, Philippa died at Windsor. King Edward wept. Her last request was that the king, when he died, would be buried by her side at Westminster. Queen Philippa grew up in Hainaut. She wisely ruled England, and at the end of her life she peacefully died. Throughout her reign as queen, Philippa was in a position of power. She ruled with grace and mercy. Because of this, England has seen no other queen more merciful than Philippa of Hainaut.